Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you didn't already know, I'm really interested in a thing someone's birthday can say about them, such as zodiac signs and famous people with whom they share a birthday. One of these things is the birthstone, or gemstone associated with one's birth month. What's your birthstone? Do you have any jewelry of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Now let's get started. How fitting that we're starting off with my birthstone, the garnet. This gemstone usually comes in red, but also comes in orange, yellow, and purple varieties. This makes sense since the name comes from pomegranate, which has the same color as the traditional garnet. The pomegranate has been considered a symbol of fertility and rebirth, so it's only appropriate that the gemstone that looks like and whose name comes from pomegranate seeds is associated with being born in the first month of the year. After all, a new year in the life of January babies follows the same path as nature. In medieval times, the garnet was believed to protect wearers from poisons, wounds, and nightmares. Garnet is the name of one of the three crystal gems, who is one of the guardians of the young title character of Steven Universe. If you were born in February, your birthstone is the amethyst, the purple variety of quartz. Amethyst is often possessed by and associated with royalty, which makes sense since the gemstone serves as a symbol of strength and empowerment. In fact, Russian Empress Catherine the Great decked herself in amethysts. Amethyst's wine-like color has led people to associate the gemstone with Bacchus, the god of wine. Quite notably, amethyst is the name of one of the crystal gems with whom the young title character lives in the Cartoon Network series Steven Universe, just like garnet and pearl. March is the month during which, in the Northern Hemisphere, the season transitions from winter to spring, so it makes sense that the birthstone of those born during it would be a bluish-greenish color with the colors of both snow and ice and of grass and plants. The gemstone is so called not so much because it's found in the sea or even because it happens to be the same color as the sea, but because the gemstone was believed to calm sea waves and keep sailors at sea. This makes aquamarine, being the March gemstone, make even more sense since, as they say, March comes in with the lion and out with the lamb. It's no secret that the diamond is one of the rarest, most valuable, sought-after gemstones out there, and is almost always the gemstone on an engagement ring. And in addition, the diamond is the birthstone of those born in April. According to Western astrology, those born in April under the sign of either Aries or Taurus tend to be caring, successful, and good at relationships. One of the main reasons the diamond is associated with love and marriage is that it's traditionally believed that Cupid's arrows were tipped with diamonds. Diamonds are the hardest mineral on the Mohs scale and are 58 times harder than any other material on the planet. This makes sense since those born in late April under the sign of Taurus have an exterior and persona that's as tough as bulls. Although spring technically begins in March, May seems to be the month when all the snow and cold weather is truly gone and the sun really begins to shine and give off warmth, at least in Ohio where I live. Therefore, it makes sense that the May birthstone is the one that happens to be associated with rebirth and foresight. Either way, May does happen to fall right in the heart of the spring season in the northern hemisphere, so this still makes sense even if you're not used to Ohio weather patterns. Emerald, which translates from the Greek smaragdus, means green, the color that emerald generally comes in. Some months of the year have multiple birthstones associated with them, and one of them is June, which actually has 3 birthstones. June is actually my brother's birthstone, and my mom's mother's ring has an alexandrite on it for him, as well as a garnet for me and a pink tourmaline for my sister. At least in the temperate climate regions of the northern hemisphere, the month of June is associated with the rise in temperatures and trips to the beach or pool, so it makes sense that the pearl, which is found in clamshells and other parts of the sea, is one of the 3 birthstones of June. There are many different cultural and religious beliefs about the pearl, but that should probably be a topic for a whole separate video. Pearls are often used as a symbol of purity, humility, and innocence. This is very fitting for any June baby born between the 21st and 30th, who is born under the sign of Cancer, which is also associated with the aforementioned things. Like garnet and amethyst, pearl is one of the 3 quote-unquote crystal gems who takes care of the teenage title character of Steven Universe. The moonstone, hence its name, has a moonlight glow and has been associated with Greek and Roman lunar deities. So of course it's the birthstone for the month in which the summer solstice occurs, and the one for whom half of those born in it are Cancers, those with the sign ruled by the moon. Like the pearl, the moonstone is seen as a symbol of love, passion, and fertility, all things that are associated with the zodiac sign of Cancer. Of the 3 June birthstones, alexandrite is probably the rarest and is best known for changing color in different lighting. In the month of June, the season changes from spring to summer, and the days get longer and the night gets shorter, so alexandrite's color shifting could be symbolic of that. Ruby, the name of the birthstone of those born in July, is a notable shade of red and actually comes from rubeus, the Latin word for red. After the diamond, the ruby is the second hardest gemstone in the world, which has led it to be associated with strength and power. There are 2 zodiac signs within the month of July, Cancer and Leo. The ruby's association with love, passion, and emotion makes it perfect for those July babies born before the 23rd who are Cancers. Those born between the 23rd and the end of July are Leos, symbolized by the powerful, majestic lion. So the ruby is perfect for them due to the ruby's association with power and strength. Peridot is notable for being one of the most ethically sourced gemstones in the world. Unlike most birthstones, peridot only comes in one color, olive green. However, this itself can vary in shade from lime green to deeper, earthier olive tones. The Egyptians often called the peridot the gem of the sun, and quite fittingly, those born under the sign of Leo, as most of those born in August are supposedly ruled by the sun. The sapphire, which represents loyalty, romance, and high society, is the jewel of those born in September, the beginning of the beautiful and romantic autumnal season, and the month it actually is right now as I'm making this video. The stone, which most often comes in blue, but comes in yellow varieties as well, comes from sapphirus, the Latin word for blue. Ancient Greeks would wear sapphires in honor of Apollo, the god of the sun, healing, and poetry, and would leave sapphires on Apollo's altars in prayer for healing the sick. Because of their rich, shimmering hues and difficulty finding them, sapphires are probably the most expensive of all of the stones I'm discussing today. As I mentioned earlier, my mom has a pink tourmaline on her mother's ring, which is the birthstone for my sister Rosie, whose birthday is in October. Both of these gemstones have a combination of colors to them, which fits well with early October Libras, for whom things tend to be a little complicated and never really black and white, or even any single color. And that's not even to mention the beautiful array of colors the leaves turn in October, the heart of the autumnal season in the northern hemisphere, despite the fact that most of the world's opal is mined in the southern hemisphere. The pink tourmaline is said to inspire artistic expressions, and you'd hope it does so for the artistic, idea-filled Libra. November is yet another month that has more than one birthstone, in this case the topaz and the citron. November is quite a chilly month in the northern hemisphere, but two sunny, yellow birthstones help brighten it up. In both of these stones, their yellow hues come from traces of iron quartz. Topaz and citrons are two of the more affordable among the birthstones, and the lemon-inspired shades of the citron are why its name comes from the citron fruit. With a hardness of 7 on the Mohs scale, the citron is sure to last long without sustaining considerable damage or scratches. Both of December's birthstones, the tanzanite and turquoise, are dark blue, similar but not quite the same as the snow, water, and ice that occur during that month in the northern hemisphere. Like November's birthstones, December's are some of the cheapest, but also considered one of the most beautiful. Tanzanite is the darker purple-blue December birthstone. Its color, which can range from pale blue to intense ultramarine, is caused by trace amounts of vanadium mixed with extreme heat. Tanzanite's name refers to the fact that it is mostly found in the African country of Tanzania, particularly near majestic Mount Kilimanjaro. Turquoise has the same distinctive color as the stone's name and is one of the few gemstones whose primary supplier is my home country of the U.S., though this status once belonged to ancient Persia, present-day Iran. Thank you all so much for watching. Gems and rocks actually play a myriad of important roles in our lives, but association with our birth month and telling us a thing or two about ourselves and each other is one of the secondary ones. And it seems as though gemstones aren't randomly assigned to each birth month, but rather have some kind of symbolism with their respective time of the year and zodiac signs of those born within the months they're assigned to. Do you think your birthstone fits well with who you are as an individual? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you next time for another addition to my library of lectures you'll actually want to listen to.